you want and is not in alignment with each other, and that's awesome. I think it's amazing that we live in a free will universe that allows us to do such different things in our lives and experience such amazing things. And I honor and respect you, and let that not be something that keeps me from loving you. Thank you for being a divine expression of infinity. I know that was a lot, but you could say that to anything that you start to make a separation from in your mind. So, as 3D self-awareness, 3D density, human beings, we are in essence giving and learning about the love and understanding that is fourth density. And in fourth density, there's a high connectivity of species, of individuals. And as we grow in self-awareness and we grow in our choice to be someone that we want to be in third density, then the more that we are oriented towards the others, the more that we can connect with them on a subconscious level, and we are capable of experiencing what they experience. So this is indicative of a higher sensitivity, a higher sense of connectivity, of empathic nature. So psychic abilities are going to increase, and essentially with the rise of technology, we're experiencing a collective mind. So in fourth density, we're starting to understand what it means to be a group consciousness. And a group consciousness basically can experience other people's consciousness within that group without having to be them, because of the high level of connectivity. And this is so important for us to know now, because we're experiencing phenomena that cannot be explained by traditional science, and it's basically being negated and reduced down to such things as, biological stuff. And what's going on is much more than biological stuff, and it's more metaphysical, it's more multidimensional in nature. And as we enter into the fourth density, we are experiencing a greater capacity to encumber more light quotient, more information and intelligence. And this is experienced through such things as extra perception abilities, more telepathy, and things that allow us to be more godlike. Because if a fourth density entity were to come into our lives as three-dimensional beings that we're increasing in a fourth density, we would see them as godlike. And we're actually with the acquiring of more self-awareness, of acquiring more choice, we're able to expound upon our own free will, and whatever it is that we want to experience, we can increasingly experience that in a quicker rate. So as we go into fourth density, we get to experience more connectivity, or to experience more understanding in ways of learning how the universe works, learning how you can utilize your own free will to get what you want, regardless of what other people get. So this kind of dichotomy that you see here, that's splitting up the words of fourth or all densities, is like a indication that service to others is on the left and service to self is on the right. And this allows us to get a little bit more perspective on what it is that we're going to be. Of course, it's not black and white. You're not only going to experience love and no understanding. You need to balance it too. You need to understand that there is a fundamental dynamic going on that is much more than you can expect and assume, because black and white thinking is all based on assumptions, all based on logic, and the more we assume and expect things, the less we actually have to think critically, and the less conscious we have to be. All right, and fourth density is actually a form that we're experiencing now as people are becoming more liberated and free in their expression of themselves. There's more entrepreneurs and people supporting themselves through their own means than there ever has been in America's history since the inception of America. But we're those people that are choosing to increase their self-awareness. Well, we don't really have a choice, because we are the vibration of the planet and our solar system, thanks to our sun, is helping us increase our awareness, and we have to be more transparent about that. We have to be more transparent and honest with ourselves and others to experience higher dimensional realities and higher dimensional possibilities, because the less we are in our connectivity and our honesty, the more that it's going to be forced out of us. So the more that we're going to be put into situations and opportunities where we can express the things that we're withholding from people, the secrets. So in fourth density, no secrets are available, because we're all connected on such a extra perception and extra stimulated level that we already know what's going on without them having to say it. And that's why everybody's puking on the proverbial table, and we're all swimming through puke right now, because at all the stuff that is being held up from the past, and all of our past traumas and hurts and pain and suffering and sorrows is coming out on the table for us to look at and see, oh, look at that. I don't want to do that again. So you have a choice whether to continue to harbor the puke in your stomach and harbor the ill feelings of disease, death, and limitation, and secrets, and we can choose something else. We can choose that, oh no, actually I want to tell people about what it is I care about, my beliefs, my ideas, my past, my hurts, my troubles. The more transparent we are about that, the more we're releasing and giving to others, and we're giving it away so that they can also do the same. So it's a mutual beneficial relationship, and the more that we are transparent with each other, the more connectivity we can have, and thus giving us more capabilities for telepathy, more capabilities for telekinesis, and godlike things that we can only imagine in movies and stuff, because we're still limited. We still have the gut-wrenching kind of fear in us that we will be judged and persecuted and put on trial for our own for who we are. And the more that we express who we are, the more ability we have in being who we are with others. So we're seeing this a lot in your social media right now, where people are telling their stories and people are talking about what it is that's important to them, and they're no longer taking orders, and they're no longer going to give their power away to bosses, to parents, to people that have been in a way making them do things in their life that they don't want to do. So the more that we can take responsibility for our own life, our own experience, the more that we become powerful and more self-aware, and the more loving we are to ourselves and others, and as well as understanding, right? We have more choice when we're more self-aware. We're more understanding of people, which gives us more love ability. And just for an example about what fourth density consciousness may be like, is like if I hop into my spaceship and go towards a planet that's billions of miles away, and they ask me about something that I haven't personally experienced, like, oh, what's it like to fly a plane on planet Earth? And since I am connected to my fourth density group mind, my social complex, which the Law of One talks about, since I'm connected with that on a subatomic molecular level, then I am able to talk about it and verbally communicate it through consciousness, through consciously being aware of that experience without having to experience it personally. I can talk about it because I'm connected with somebody on my planet who has experienced that, and I'm connected with them on a quantum level. I share the same vibration as them, and we are less separate from each other than what we are now. So, being quantumly connected is everything right now. It's nothing is more important than you raising your consciousness. The only thing you have to be is conscious. So do what you need to do in order to be more conscious, and you will see miracles in your life. There's not going to be more suffering or pain or stress or dying or fear of death, because we're going to be also connected with source, intelligence, infinity, that it's going to be so miraculously beautiful. And it actually touches me so much that I'm tearing up a little bit right now. So we do have that to look forward to, guys. And so do what you need to do now, because there's no time, there is no distance between A and Z. There's only the illusion of distance, and you can access it at any time. You can access higher dimensions at any time. To go into fifth density, I just want to talk a little bit about how we look at fifth density as the gurus that sit and meditate and aren't very much doing physical activity. That's very much the yogi and Buddhist path. They are essentially they're more active in the astral planes and the non-physical planes than they are here. So their reality is much more dreamlike, and they actually make things happen in the physical reality on a non-physical level. So they're making intentions and doing the things that they need to do. Usually they're typically in service to others on planet Earth, since these very benevolent religions have been established, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, that all incorporate reincarnation and incorporate karma. And although karma is a very important topic, I won't get into that this evening because that's a whole hour video on itself. But light and wisdom is that experiential representation of the guru that's talking and sitting and just basically like meditating and just completely wise, and it doesn't really need to speak for itself, because what is sensed on an internal level is that that there is a divinity about them, and they can just be present, and people can admire and learn from them from just experiencing these gurus walking the earth and sitting quietly. And that's the Eckhart Tolles, the Dalai Lamas, the people that are very in tune with presence and high degree of self-awareness. So that wisdom is knowing that we are capable of doing things on the astral level, and knowing that we don't have to struggle and fight and do things that are physically harmful, but it's that wisdom that we're getting that is we don't have to do as much as we thought. It's more freedom from thoughts, more freedom from having to experience resistance and limitation. That's what wisdom is. Light is just pure intelligence, and it's that state of being that is it doesn't reflect or refract on itself. It is just emanating light, and it's there. The sun doesn't it doesn't discriminate, and it doesn't kind of pick and choose what it wants to shine its light on and its warmth. It just emanates, and that's the pure light that we experience at fifth density. And so I can't really speak too much on these higher densities because I'm still learning a great deal about them. So but I'm going to do my best. So unity and balance is about how we find that through service, that through learning about how we serve ourselves and how we serve others will infinitely impact the whole universe or our whole galaxy. Because we can only go so far as being concerned about our own solar system, our own galaxy, and that is a collection of intelligence that is therefore our responsibility. So the more we know about the balance between service to self and service to others, the more we can understand this harmony that plays out between loving ourselves and also loving others at the exact same time. So any service to self being that wants to go up and into the next universe, they stop at 6 density because they start to get confused. They start to get confused that they don't see any more separation between them and others anymore, because they now see at this point in 6 density that what they are is essentially what others are. And at this point, there is a shell of information and a database that is left for all other past incarnations. So essentially, this is the future, this is the past, and it's all happening at once. So the 6th density is a way for your consciousness, because your higher self is 6th density. Your higher self is 7th density. So that intelligence is always accessible at any time. It's always available. So in order for you to access it, you need to balance your own needs with the needs of others. And on 6th density, beings and intelligences and consciousness is learning the very fine dynamics between knowing when to step in and teach somebody and when not to. Because if we're too confrontational about teaching people and like spewing my message and spewing, what I know, all my wisdom that I've gained, in 6th density, we're learning the balance between wisdom and love and light and understanding. It's really about us learning how to become the best and most efficient consciousness we can be. And when 6th density consciousness reaches that point where it no longer feels it can be of service anymore to its past selves and its lesser density selves, then it leaves that identity, that of separateness, and it leaves all of its memory, all of its wisdom, understanding, love, all of its self-awareness. It leaves it so that the past densities can access it. So in effective, it's leaving its own identity and awareness so that it can access the awareness of all that has ever happened. So it's not actually leaving awareness or memory. It's just leaving that personal experience of awareness and identity and accessing the database and the intelligence, the infinite intelligence that makes up the whole unity of consciousness. Everything that is aware, it's awareness of everything that is aware. It is awareness of everything that has happened and ever will happen. And it doesn't discriminate from a personal experience. It doesn't discriminate from a soul cellular level. It's leaving any encasing. It leaves that form of that mental identity, because outside of the physical form we have a mental sphere or a mental field, electromagnetic field, so to speak. And when we go into 7th density, after 6th density, we leave all of our separation, no matter how distinct or subtle it is, and we no longer associate ourselves with the wisdom and the light and love, and we become, after we've served all that we can serve, and there's no more souls and consciousnesses to develop, then we enter into 7th density, and 7th density is the death of a universe or a galaxy or a solar system, and rebirths into something new, the next universe. And the black hole in the law of one is the exit point and the entrance point to the black hole. Is a portal for higher dimensional beings to come in, and lower or our current density beings to go out. So if that makes sense, the 7th density is a way for you, for the soul, for all of your intelligence to unite with awareness itself, and to look towards God, the presence that is the creator presence. And when you no longer look towards yourself and your own identity and look towards God, then you enter into a whole nother place where I cannot really describe. So understanding that we can experience 6th, 5th, 4th, 7th, whatever from our experience is very important, because they all enmesh and mix together, and it's not as black and white and separated and distinguished as much as it is viewed here on the board. So the more that we experience a higher self-awareness, higher love, higher light, higher unity, and experience the gateway to God, gateway to eternal bliss, eternal experience, the more that we can let go of the limitations that have kept us on the karmic cycle of birth and death, and pain and pleasure, and suffering and joy. The more we become self-aware of us as consciousness, and as our duty to progress into higher refined states of self-awareness, of awareness itself. It's not that's funny that I said that, but it's not self-aware so much as awareness itself. If that makes sense. Hopefully you guys got some from this, and I'm always open to questions, and I love talking about this. I'll be talking about it much more, as it is my passion, and I highly recommend anybody interested in learning for themselves what they can do to better implement their lives, implement their free will into their lives. I do personal sessions for coaching, guidance, counseling, as well as astrology sessions if you are not ready to take on that responsibility and need a little bit more definitive ideas about what it is that who you are and stuff, which astrology is great for. But if you guys are interested in learning more and booking a session, you can do that on my website. And I also have my book out, The Nature of Thoughts, which you are more than welcome to check out on my website. Available on Amazon, print or ebook. I would highly appreciate any and all gifts and donations or anything like that. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the next one.